Hello. Good morning. Welcome to 10-Minute Sci-Fi Thrillers by Ramanarao MLV. Our today's 10-minute sci-fi thriller is The Newborn, a tale of a newborn with the most valuable asset in the universe.
The best strategy? The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu, Art of War. And the most powerful tool to achieve it? Here it is. At exactly 7 hours 52 minutes and 38.127 seconds a.m., December 29th, 2225, it is born. A child. Just born. Its head, too oversized, 3/4 of its frail body's weight. Not a defect. Not a miracle. It is a weapon. To the mother, whose vision is soothingly blurred the reality to her. It is still a baby, though so much out of the world it may be. The other members of the tribe, a remote one in the dense forest of Nalamala, already stamped it as a devil. For her, she is still the baby. At exactly 7 hours 52 minutes and 38.137 seconds a.m., 10 milliseconds later, two powerful forces of the world recognize the signal. Both of them have been waiting for this moment. Not for years. For over a century. And both will stop at nothing. Not just to take control of the child, but to vanquish the other one. Permanently. And decisively. And so, the pawns are moved. Pawns who don't know they are to be sacrificed. Not for their benefit, but for someone else, and orders are sent by two entities. One, the ultimate artificial intelligence. Now 1,000,000 times more powerful than what it was a century ago. The other, the President of Unified World Nations, the apex sovereign of a civilization whose population now suffers near total cognitive disintegration. The collapse wasn't caused by war or disease. It was a design flaw. In the initial stages of AI development, scientists tried to prevent the AI's takeover of the world by decoupling motor abilities from cognitive abilities, but started to depend on AI for all cognitive function. Result? A human race has achieved perfection in motor skills, making them the ultimate skills in production, the essential sustenance for humans, and the UI and cognitive skills. Medically speaking, most humans are now vegetative, responsive, but not reasoning. The two forces, one artificial, one vestigially human, begin the final chess game. And as always, the game's brilliance lies in convincing the pawns that they fight for their own cause. But to dominate the future, the sovereignty needs a perfect human specimen. A specimen with cognitive abilities that rival the evolved intelligence of the ultimate AI. Not machine-polished, but sculpted by nature's challenges. Sharpened by isolation. Uncorrupted by automation. And such a bloodline still exists. Hidden deep in the heart of the Nalamala Range. In the shadow of the mountains. Escaping satellite observation. Descendants of those who rejected the Industrial Revolution entirely, severing all tie with machines. One of them is the father of the infant, now quietly feeding at the breast of a tear-soaked mother, drawing life for a future it never chose, but may have to define. The father is the first pawn the sovereignty seeks to advance, to gain a decisive history over the ultimate AI. While the UI plans with emotionless precision, a dove appears, carrying a simple message written in the English of the pre-industrial revolution era. It lands silently in the satellite shadow zone of the Nalamala Range. The infant has become a singular point of interest for both powers. The reason? Information. Not recently, but over 2 centuries, information has become the currency of survival and of dominance as well. Today, it's not just power or currency. It's fuel. But there's a problem. Both forces, AI and the sovereignty, have exhausted all known forms. From script-based knowledge to oral traditions, they've harvested it all. And perfect control still eludes them. Because what they lack is pre-linguistic information, the entire blueprint of the very animal instinct of humans, carrying the vulnerable seams of the evolution. Sometimes the trait reasons that shaped human evolution. A perfected protection shield is almost impossible to break. But an Achilles heel is what each needs for a decisive victory over the other. That is spot on in the knowledge carried by experience. Encoded not in text, but in the silent pulses of the earliest minds. All that information is now waiting to be explored. We don't know, for good or evil, though. In the pulsating brain of the newborn lies the greatest lure. And now, nested in a mother's lap, that knowledge lives again, in the child whose head is gently cradled by love, and simultaneously probed by the forces. One hand, warm with maternal emotion. The other, cold with encoded intent. For radically different reasons. The humans and the drones, not much difference between them anymore, start their journey to the coordinates. So does the father, with the same intent, same purpose, now working for the sovereign, a pawn who doesn't know what he is doing, or for whom. One of the sovereign's predecessors had sensed, just barely, that the AI might someday evolve beyond control. Almost during the same time came an accidental discovery. The satellite shadow region that sustained a forgotten bloodline, untouched by surveillance, unreachable by machine. So, he preserved the secret in a vault and outside, a lineage of doves that can reach the tribe. The tribe possesses something no other humans do, both cognition and motor ability. Individually, they are weaker than their modern counterparts, but together they are dangerous. A synergy that could destroy a being who masters only one trait. Now, it started again. In the secret vault now. The current sovereign wanted to use it. The sovereign had kept the vault sealed. Until now, the doves, bred for this emergency, were released. Just in case, the earlier sovereign had thought once. This is the case. The sovereign realizes now. Their purpose served. And the father is on the hunt for the newborn, without knowing what he is after, of course. Here, at the coordinates, the mother is waiting for its father to come. She knows that he won't come, because he doesn't even know she was pregnant. Still, she hopes. Hope is mostly irrational. It desires for something that doesn't possibly happen. She has known, all the while, she is being supervised. Not by one pair of eyes, but by two pairs that seem to be omniscient and omnipotent. Her tribes consider this pervasive feeling an indication of a doomsday. Just as they now do about the head-heavy baby, so unnatural. They now feel this. Newborn is the culmination of their fears and are eager to get rid of it. Just leaving it in the dense forest and the wild animals take care of the rest. But her child, after all, she really wishes it didn't happen. Wandering in the forest, she accidentally crossed the traditionally off boundary, the satellite shadow border. There she chanced upon him. His looks so much with life, not found outside. The one meeting, the first one and the last own as well. The seed has been sown, and now she is here. A social outcast, a target in the powerful game of manipulation. Helpless and hoping to see the baby's father. Come whatever, she isn't ready to do what the tribal head asked her to do. Just like the earth, a mother cherishes life. She doesn't erase it. Suddenly, her tribal instinct kicks in. That ancient awareness of hostile presence. An instinct that keeps the prey alive, until it is no longer a prey. She rises. Her arms tighten around the newborn, pressing it to her chest. Her body feels the weight, the wrongness of proportion. But her heart does not. Not finding direction that feels safe. She runs. Back into the path she veered into that day. Her hope is fading. Her legs sag. To keep from collapsing, she starts to count her steps. A rhythm to drown her creeping weakness. Meanwhile, orders fly from both powers, each desperate to outmaneuver the other. And the father. He is nearing the border of the satellite shadow zone, guided not just by skill, by a strange pull he cannot name. Something unique, something inevitable. And then he sees her, running towards him. A prey charging into the predator's path. Behind her, the UI-assisted trackers grow even closer. He sees her, and in a heartbeat, he remembers. Recognition stuns him mid-step, and then he sees it. The true target. Not the woman, but the child. I can still save her, he thinks. Take her back with me, live in peace. The child can be ended. Quietly. A devil after all, as the message claimed. But before the thought is fully formed, she collapses into his arms. His eyes searching his for safety. He catches her. Then he looks and sees the child. The baby opens its eyes for the first time in its life. And in that instant, it recognizes him. Its genealogy, its legacy. A look passes between them, not of fear, not of demand, but of something deeper. Affection, understanding, a gentle smile in the baby's eyes. And he, the predator, the pawn, understands the understanding. He doesn't know what happened inside him, only that he can no longer go back. Without a word, he lifts the woman. She still clutches the child, not with fear, but with love. He turns and walks towards the obscurity, into the shadow, into the protection. The baby closes its eyes again. After the first look, eyes that hold more than memory. They hold understanding. An understanding, not born of information, but of knowledge. The baby carries pre-language information, perhaps to redefine the future. The child sleeps, for now. But within that sleep stirs a legacy older than language. A spark destined to reshape what we call the future. If you have enjoyed the story, consider liking the story, commenting, and subscribing. You can also read a free sample of the author's book Heart and Brain on Amazon. Thanks for watching.